What is up? Representing Lee Chess. I don't pay as a patron or whatever they call it with the little wing or feather, but yeah, I bought a shirt from their store. Anyway, let's learn some chess. So here we are. This is game number 3 or 4 in our 11 game series. I'm white, David's black. Start with King's Pawn. Got a Sicilian, we got a C3 Sicilian, and then E5. E5, I mean, these two moves don't really go so well together, especially with C3 inserted. White wants to play D4 anyway, and black could get saddled with a isolated D pawn, which happens in this game. So knight of 3, attacking the E pawn, D6, defending, but now the dark square bishop is kind of bad. I mean, I play kind of these structures myself against certain openings, but usually with the knight on c3, like against close Sicilians, it's called the Botvinnik setup. But with c3, white's going to get d4 in. So, yeah, bishop c4. If I can, I'd love to get like a two knights defense kind of attack with knight g5. When, yeah, black would have to play knight h6 or bishop e6 or something like, well, I guess knight h6, bishop e6 with this pawn. Anyway, David blocks the knight from coming here, but he does spend a tempo. And so I play d4. Engine doesn't like, let me close this. Engine doesn't like taking, just Engine likes keeping the tension. Because, yeah, if it's locked up, then my knight can't come to c3. And, yeah, now black has a threat of taking this pawn and attacking the bishop, although, yeah, white does have this check, so it's not really a trick, but could be available in some positions, like if bishop d7 or knight d7. Anyway, but yeah, David took, I took back, he took again, and I took back. Interesting, queen b3, going for development. I mean, it makes sense. That's what the engine likes, but knight takes is also good. So yeah, this is a better position for white because black hasn't developed anything, and this pawn is backwards and weak. But this is why I say openings are kind of important, but not really that important because we'll see what happens. So we both play pretty normally, like best moves for a while. David, I can't fault him for any of this. He's just, okay, he has a weak pawn, but he's just developing. He doesn't castle yet, but attacking this bishop is reasonable. I bring it back. Maybe b3 was better, keeping the pressure on the a2 to g8 diagonal. But I brought it back there. Still kind of working in two directions. Anyway, David castles, f4, knight to g6, and yeah. So this is what I mean when openings aren't super important because you're really the middle game is where it's at. I have an advantage here, but if I don't know what to do with it, then I'll just lose it, or the game will just continue until somebody blunders. So Engine recommends just keep developing, and I have a nice space advantage. White's pieces are kind of backwards. I don't need to make a decision yet as to like which pawns push, how to attack. I should just get developed. I assume after bishop e3, I can move my queen somewhere. I could put a rook on the d file, putting pressure here, but instead knight f5. And to me, this next move, well, the move that wasn't played, and then I'm not sure I would see, but this is like the most instructive part of the move in the game, that like if you had to take a snapshot of one thing and zone out on the rest, I would say this. So this knight isn't super stable here, and black can take advantage. And okay, and black's weakness is this pawn, so black can play d5, and yeah, obviously taking is no good. And if takes here, here, yeah, if push, actually this is fine. And now this backwards d pawn that was here is now all of a sudden a strong pass pawn. Well, it could be strength or weakness. It's not certain. Engine still gives white an edge, but it's dynamic. Anyway, Whoops, spoiler alert. Sorry about that. So anyway, after no, after d5, you have takes. Oh yeah, takes is no good, obviously, because the knight hangs. If here, here, here. Yeah, white is up a pawn, but this pawn could be weak. Bishop f5. I think, and then a rook to the d file. Maybe this pawn would be lost. White still has something, but yeah, and white's king's a little exposed too. So anyway, instead, I gave this check. I blocked, nicely taking advantage of this knight here now. The bishop is protected. Queen takes, and yeah, it's interesting how many mistakes were made in this game by both sides. So yeah, really the middle game is where it's at, and yeah, that's going to be most of my focus. So yeah, I'm not sure what I was thinking with knight to b5. I guess trying to put more pressure on here is what I was thinking. And but yeah, I think it's just a blunder. I just blundered the e-pawn. So yeah, better would be here, setting up discoveries on the queen. So I blundered a pawn. That's why I'm bad at blitz, because I'm just overthinking stuff and then just blundering. And yeah, now this knight is hanging out to dry. The square is weak now. So yeah, losing this e-pawn went from +2 to 0. Because yeah, this pawn is pretty important. And now black is up. Black is up 2 pawns somehow. Three, and 2 extra. Yeah, somehow it's still equal, I guess, because of white's activity. So I took the bishop, attacked the queen, and yeah, here keeping the queens on would have been a little better because black's knight is kind of hung out to dry. I should have attacked it right away, but I liked his pressure down e file. And yeah, no, bishop c5 would have been good, pinning this guy, and then I assume moving the bishop. So yeah, black is still not developed. It's like, so let's just look at this line here. Engine says just give up the rook. If we try, oh well, yeah, if we try to defend, then knight c7. So yeah, bishop c5 would have been a strong move. I didn't see that. Somehow I already only had 11 seconds left. I'm not sure whether I got distracted during this game or why. But this, I did have 2-minute increment. Otherwise, 11 seconds, I'd just be lost. But yeah, this is how not to play blitz. So yeah, I didn't see bishop c5, so I just made a normal developing move. He moved the knight. Attack the knight. Yeah, maybe now I saw bishop c5 and wanted to get rid of this knight first. So I want a pawn back. Oh yeah, and here David just blundered. He moved his king, and I should move the knight. Instead, yeah, I'm just a piece up for nothing now. But with 2.8 seconds somehow, I just moved my rook, doubled. Looks natural, right? But f5, and you can see I circled this bishop. This bishop is going to be lost after the rook moves somewhere, and now black's better again. Or anyway, it's about equal. So yeah, especially in blitz, and this is why I mean I'm really, it's like a do as I say, not as do as I say, not as I do, because I've played like thousands and thousands of blitz games, probably like 30,000 blitz games in my life, and I still suck at blitz. So I don't know why I do it, and I think until you're like a master, why would you play blitz? Why would you practice bad habits? Again, don't yell at me if you see me on LeeChess or chess.com playing blitz. I remember one time I was like, all right, I'm not going to play any blitz. And then ended up playing Blitz on chess.com, so like it wouldn't look like I played chess on Chess. I don't know. The nature of addiction makes you do crazy things. Anyway, so f5 was the move. Instead, he attacked this knight, which also makes a lot of sense, right? Because if the knight moves, then the bishop will fall because it's hit twice. It's like an X-ray, but I can get out of it. I can get out of it with a X-ray of my own. Rook d1 takes, and I'm getting this back. Now I'm no longer a piece up, but these two rooks are dominating versus the rook and knight. And yeah, so that should be a win. But I did not see rook d1. Just brought the bishop back and just lost a piece. Now black's winning again, or better, I should say. He's up a pawn. I have a better minor piece, kind of maybe. I mean, I lost to Jay Bonin with the bishop versus knight, where the bishop should have been better. So again, it's not about what should happen. That's why you got to develop your skills, because what should happen won't happen unless you know how to make it happen. It's deep, right? Anyway, yeah, I don't know why I traded rooks when I'm a pawn down. Somehow I still have 2 seconds. Engine likes rook b1. I guess at least I'm putting pressure here. So b3. And then rook c1. Just probing, always probing for weaknesses, always trying to attack stuff. That's what engine can teach us. Just like aggressive, aggressive, aggressive. And calculate like a machine, which we can't do. But positionally, they can teach us that. Anyway, so I traded rooks for some reason. I mean, I hate to say this about myself, but I'm kind of like cowardly, like in a lot of aspects in chess. Like I just get like anxious when there's too much going on. I just want to like trade. That's why That's why one of my goals is to be really good at endgame, so I can just like, if I get to some equalish boring endgame. I mean, I don't want to say that about myself. I mean, I have an aggressive style, but when I'm like panicking and have very little time left, I like to trade pieces, which is logical. So I probably shouldn't fault myself for it. Anyway, now black's better again. Yeah, I can't really comment too much on these moves. I have very low time, so I'm trying to be active here. Yeah, rook b5 makes a lot of sense. Just lashing out, getting my pawns going. I mean, this king's not super ideal. And if I can drive him back, maybe like, oops, no, not arrow. I'm not even going to bother with that. a4. Engine recommends just attack this guy. Makes a lot of sense because I can't defend it. Although if he takes, I will take here. Anyway, instead, knight a5, f5, and I took this pawn. So now black's king is bad. So I should be fine. Even if white wins this pawn, maybe not so much. But I'm attacking here too. But after this, actually, bishop d4 would have been lights out because the rook's hit, and this is hit. This is always the type of stuff you got to watch out for, and this is why you should always play aggressive if you're down a pawn or otherwise losing, because the king's the thing. So if I can get a check here, then I have like discoveries all over the place, even like a windmill tactic. So that'd be pretty cool. But instead I took this pawn, which is also really good because the knight's hit, and yeah, for some reason you just blundered the knight. So that's the end of that. But overall, interesting game. I would say the most critical moment for David was to play d5 here. And okay, white still has an advantage, but it would have been interesting. And then just it was kind of just like wild here. And then there were some tactics. So David blundered a piece, but after this, he could have got the piece back with f5. And after he didn't, he played this, which also looks like a good move and would be almost equal good move to f5 if I didn't have this cute little tactic here. So just tactics, 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 tactics. And don't even bother to play blitz, but if you're going to, I'll still keep analyzing your games just for fun. So you can ingrain these concepts, tactics, strategies in your head. And hopefully you enjoyed this video, David and any others watching it. And if you have any questions, just please put them in the comments, and please like and subscribe. If you haven't already liked and you haven't already subscribed, please do it. When I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll throw a big party. I mean, I will. I don't know where you live, probably you can't come, but I'll throw a party, chess party. And what can I say? I'm the chess gangster. Anyway, thanks for watching.